Hi, my friends. This is Malaysian Quita, and I would like to welcome you yet again to another episode of Media Fame TV, where we cover the unique alternative stories within the entertainment industry. Today's story is rather one that I never thought in my lifetime that I would be able to do. I had the honor and pleasure to be able to interview VH1's Love and Hip Hop cast member Rasheeda. Now, for people who don't know who Rasheeda is, she is the boss bitch. She created these awesome mixtapes which are called Boss Bitch Music, 4 in all, and I will have the links below so you can check them out. They're all phenomenal, and this is not me trying to suck up or be cliche, but Rasheeda is my hero. I mean, she really pushed forth dark-skinned women and women of all races to feel powerful and to feel strong. And through her music, it was like a therapy for me. So I felt so blessed to be able that she took the time out of her busy schedule to be able to talk to me. This is part 1 in a series that I like to call The Women Behind Love and Hip Hop. So without further ado, here is my interview with Rasheeda.
Thank you so much, Rasheeda, for coming on today. I'm very grateful and I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yes, so I've been watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta from the beginning. And one thing that I've noticed that in comparison to, into your counterparts, you're really in your own league and how you present yourself. So how do you feel, especially as a Black woman, and some of the criticism that's been given to the show, like how were you able to kind of overcome all of those stigmas that are often, like for example with K. Michelle, that's often been tied to her?
You just kind of, you never know what to expect. You never know what you're going to wake up and hear. The only thing you can do as a person is, do you and be yourself, and understand that there's a process called editing that you may not always agree with, and situations that you get put in sometimes that you're not always happy with either. But at the end of the day, I just do me, and I realize that I can't please everybody. I can only be Rasheeda and do Rasheeda. And, no, you're not going to get along with everybody. You're not going to agree with them. And if you're able to make it work, then cool. If you're not, then just move on, because niggas is grown at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, okay, like, cool. You know what I'm saying? And, it just is what it is.
Right, because, I mean, for me, when I watch you and I see, like, how much more, because for me it's like, as, K. Michelle as an artist, she's very talented, just like you, and how you're very talented at what you do. But it's so interesting to me, the show, like how the show is edited, and in the dynamic. It's like the Gossip Game is the same way. You have these strong, beautiful women of color on the show, and it gives a kind of like a different persona, especially the issue that you were having with your husband in regards to the legitimacy of your child. And that was something that really kind of surprised me. So how have you been dealing with that situation?
You know what? It's just, life and a marriage and working together and, being on television, all that stuff is a work in progress. Like, you just, every day you living and learning. And it's like with me and my husband, we've been married 13 years. And, we got our ups and downs. And there's a lot of people who, I run into in the streets, and people who tweet and Instagram and say different things. And, some people understand it, especially people who've been in a relationship, and some people don't. And, you sometimes in a relationship you get to a point where you're saying and doing things to hurt your counterpart, and, and you may regret them later, or you may not. At the end of the day, everybody has problems. Everybody gets through their problem one way or another, whether it's, being together and understanding, facing it, and moving forward and doing the right thing, or, getting separated and moving on with your life because maybe you at a different point. So it is what it is. It's called life, and it's called what we deal with. And, the difference with us is there's a camera following us around and, catching those things. And, people got to understand is if it's a reality of what's going on, it's a reality, and it's, some people going to understand it and some people ain't, and that's just it.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, for me, I cannot imagine, the amount of, like, having those type of cameras all in your face, and how were you able, because, I mean, you have a child, how have you been able to, in a sense, protect him from, from that media the after effect?
You know what, it's about communicating. A lot of times as African American people, we don't just take out the time it takes to talk to our kids and to get them to understand things. When you have that relationship with your child and y'all can sit down and you can talk and they can understand, the difference when mommy's working and when mommy's not working and when this is going on and when that's going on, that's the best thing that you can do is educate them on what's going on and, and try to help them to develop and understand that, there's things that's going to come along with this life and with this lifestyle. The difference with me is I've always been in music, so I've kind of been out there, in a sense, and, been around people and did a whole lot of things. So my son's always seen that, but now it's at a whole nother level, and I just have to kind of, just kind of reassure him and talk to him. And the difference with him now is, him being in, like, 6th grade or whatever, kind of talking to him so that he can understand when people come at him, because when he was younger, none of the other online stuff and all that stuff, it didn't play a part. But now it plays a part. So those are the things that, I really try to talk to him about. But he's smart, he's strong, he knows his mama, he knows, what we go through. He's around a lot of times when we're filming and stuff like that, so he gets it.
Yeah, because, I mean, it just amazes me, like, how, especially with the young Black kids, how able they're so easily able to be, like, molded and manipulated, and especially, being a female rapper and the longevity that you have in the industry and the amount, and I feel that lack of respect for the female artist it's definitely an issue. And you have your 5th album, Certified Hot Chick, all 4 of your Boss Bitch music, mixtapes. I just wish people could really take the art form of the female MC more seriously.
Yeah, it's always been like a really, weird kind of difficult place being a female rapper. It's like, it's like a few of us really, really get there. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of about how the way what you're affiliated with and, how you're brought into the game and all of that type of stuff. But you know how I look at it? I look at it like there's a format for everything. And me being an independent artist, I'm extremely happy on what I've accomplished. And, the thing I can do is I can wake up and say, hey, I was in control of what I was doing. I didn't do something because some, record company execs felt like today I want this artist to be like this. And, and you don't have control of anything. I'm able to leave a legacy for my unborn child, my son, my step-grandkids, and, their kids to come. And it's because of the hard work I put in and believing in myself and learning from my mistakes and the ups and downs of the industry. But more than anything, just being independent and, making your money and gaining your fan base and that generating into a great brand.
Right, and for you, the thing that I've noticed about you, Rasheeda, is the fact that, like, everyone knows your music. Everybody knows, of course, you're on Love and Hip Hop. But at the same time, you are an entrepreneur, and I saw your website on bossy.com. So can you tell us a little bit more? And you have, I know, the cosmetic line that just came out. Just a little bit more about that, because people often see you as just the artist and the reality TV star, but not actually as a businesswoman.
Right, and that's something that I've, being a businesswoman is just something that I've always done and wanted to do. I'm not that chick to be like, I just want to settle, I just want to do one thing. I'm a multitasker, a super hustler when it comes to that. I have my website. It's apparel and accessories, and I'll be adding shoes to it as well. And you can also buy Poise Cosmetics off of my website, bossy.com. And, you can just, get your shop on. It's something that I created a couple of years ago and something that I wanted to do even before that, but just kind of drug my feet and was like, okay, Rasheeda, like, for real, just go ahead and do what you said you was going to do and stop playing around. And that's exactly what I did and launched the site in 2011, and it's been doing so well. I have so many customers and so many people who shop with me, and it's just a blessing, to already have businesses established before television so that when you do get on the platform, you have things that you're able to push and, get more awareness on, which is a good thing. And about a week and a half ago, I launched my makeup line, which is called Poise Cosmetics. And you can go to Poise, it's Poiz Cosmetics.com, or it's actually intertwined with Imbossy.com. And it's a cosmetic line. It's not a lipstick or lip gloss line. It's full cosmetics. And I'm continuously adding things to it as we speak, actually. I have eyeshadows, I have blushes, I have lip glosses, lipsticks. I have liquid liners that'll be coming in. Then I have bronzers that's coming. And it's just going to be a constant growth. And the line is doing so well. Like I was anticipating on it doing well. But, I mean, the response has been phenomenal. So I'm happy about that.
Okay. Yeah, because, that's one thing, too, to transition into is with your style. Like, I have, for me, I have always admired the way that you are able to, just to be able to transform. Like, I'll see you, without makeup and you're taking care of your, your son, and then to be able to transform like that, by yourself and not always with, a makeup artist. Like, where was that inspiration for all, especially in the Marry Me video, you had, a very colorful type eyeshadow. Where does that come from?
You know what? I'm a Gemini, so I be flipping up, girl, honey. I might feel like I don't want to do no makeup today. Then one day I'm like, oh, I want color. Then one day I'm like, oh, I want to be smoky. Then, oh, I want to be natural. I'm just one of those girls. That's why I started Imbossy, because I love accessories. And this initially started as an accessory website because I feel like they complete an outfit. And I always would, buy so much stuff and it just be, everywhere, necklaces and rings and stuff. And I was like, I need to make this a business. This is something that I love, and I believe that people should do things that they love. And that's kind of like how it is with the makeup. It's something that I've been wanting to do but just hadn't done. And finally, financially it ain't something that's cheap to start because it's not like I just took my name and put it on somebody's product. These are actually my products and things I've created. And it's, been months and months and months of backing and forth and trying to make it right and, making sure the packaging is right and doing all those different things. So it's just something that I love, and I feel like, I'm at a point in my career where financially things that I want to do, I can make those happen for myself and create my own brand. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah, because, when those, when I saw when the Poise Cosmetics was coming out and I was very, very, very excited because it's rare to see a woman of dark skin, coming out with a line that would work for all different skin types. And there's a question I've always pondered and I've always wanted to ask you is that I noticed in Boss Bitch Music, your mixtape series, in particular, I believe it was 3 and then 4, I noticed that you work a lot with Nivea. Is there a significant reason why you work with her, or is it just by coincidence?
It's just a relationship. We cool, and, we both love music, and we've known each other for years and years and years. We were actually both signed to Jive at the same time, so a lot of times when I'm working on records and I'm thinking about, people I want to work with, her voice comes to my mind, and I'm like, oh, I need to get Niv on this record. Her voice is amazing, or, whatever I'm doing. So, I hit her up, and it's always like, yes, Rasheeda, let's run it, let's do it, So it's just, definitely just love there.
Yeah, because another person that honestly I would love to see you collaborate with would be L'Oreal.
L'Oreal. Okay, you talking about from Love and Hip Hop? Okay, yeah.
I would love to. That would be so. Just like how you did the Body Rag remix, that would be so groundbreaking because I feel that although you guys have totally different lyricism and different style, I really feel you guys have that same message. And like you're a very aggressive businesswoman. She is, doing the same thing. And I really think it's really time for those type of collaborations to happen. I think, the ladies have been getting soft and we need to bring it back.
Yeah, that's something that I always like to try to do is bring the ladies together, though, because I feel like it's important.
Yeah, and you do, for me, see, that's why I always find you fascinating because, with with a lot of female MCs, you can put them in that category. You can put them in a space. But with you, you have so many, different sides, and I know often that's, a criticism for an artist. And independently, the units that you have sold, like, what do you attribute that to? Do you feel it's just your experience, or do you feel it's just from that progression going into love and hip-hop that increased that for you?
You saying, say that one more time because it kind of went out a little bit. You saying what?
Oh, okay. I was referring to how, with your versatility and your success, because to be an independent artist these days it's easy in the sense that there's the technology, but the exception is with you. You have that longevity. So has being on the show and stuff like that, has that kind of helped to propel that, or have you always been like, I sell these units and that's just how, I've always been?
Well, I mean, I've, contrary to what people have to say about Rasheeda, the funny thing is I've had extremely successful independent records before Love and Hip Hop. Like my single, My Bubblegum, has sold hundreds of thousands of units. Like, I think it's like platinum, like for real. And it's like, with it being in a movie and me having so many songs in different movies and on video games and on television shows and stuff, all of those things have played a part in, sales and me being able to move the units that I have. I have been an independent artist for a very, very long time, and that's what I do. I didn't have a side job or a side hustle or anything, and that's how I live and eat, and owning, publishing, and owning your music is the key. Like, a lot of artists are independent, but it ain't even just about being independent and, I can get online. It's about really knowing what you're doing, and that's where I have to say the experiences of being on major labels and then, not being on them helped me to learn a whole lot of different things about the music industry, period. And the show, being on the show, of course it propels things. It propelled music. I mean, Marry Me has been selling and still sells a lot of units, and it's got me nominated for a 2013 BET Award. So,
yeah.
People might have had things to say about it, but at the end of the day, it pays my bills in an amazing way, and it got me nominated, and that's more than I can say for a lot of independent artists, because I was one of the first independent artists to even be nominated for a BET Award.
Right, and congratulations on that nomination, because, like, for me, I was just like this. And you see, the thing is, the people that hate, honestly, are the ones that they have no knowledge of your career. Like, for me, honestly, I have followed you from, the beginning when you were in your, the teenage hip-hop group that you were in, and, your progression. Because because they were like, we're looking for, new people for Love and Hip-Hop and, in Atlanta. I'm like, if Rasheeda's not on there, I'm going to call them and complain.
That's what's up.
Because you're the encompassment of that, of what it means to be successful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And some people don't know, and they always have a lot of things to say because of the fact of them not knowing. A lot of people, I ain't never heard of you, how you this.
Right.
But, just because you ain't heard of me don't mean I'm not successful. There's different levels of success in the music industry, and that's what I try to tell people. Like, when you own your music, and if I sell 35,000 albums, I mean, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, you got to understand that. And I do that on more than one record. So it's like, come on, man. Like, people I think it's just a lack of not knowing and thinking because you're not mainstream, you're not successful. And it's not true.
Right. And see, with you, since, you've been doing, being a female artist and being a businesswoman and a mother on top of that, if this was, never to happen, what would you want to do? Like, what was your game plan in case you were like, well, let's say musically this did not work out?
I already was going to school, so I probably would be a crime scene investigator. To be honest, like, I was going to college to major in criminal justice, and I just, either that or like something like real estate or something like that. It'd have been one of the two.
I can see you busting balls, but you probably could sell a house and bust balls. I agree, yeah. I could definitely see that. So my final for you is, what advice would you give to women who want to get into this business? Because for me, I've been, like a lot of people who are, with the show The Gossip Game and everything, that's opening doors for women of color who want to go into the blogosphere and actually be taken as a professional, and I've been, that struggle, the hustle, like you have always mentioned in a lot of your interviews. What advice would you give to, the women who want to get into this crazy show business industry?
I mean, just don't compromise yourself, and, and have, self-respect and believe in yourself, and understand that, the good things come to people who work hard. Like, a lot of people just get into the industry and they just want shit handed to them. Like, and it's not that. It doesn't happen that way. I believe, when you work hard, you reap the benefits. And, you also have to have a support system, somewhere around you, whether it's family, whether it's friends, people who keep it real with you and, that, believe in you and can help uplift you, because it's a difficult business and you got to have a thick skin at the same time. And, you just got to understand that, doors are going to close, people are going to talk shit, you're going to go through a whole lot of things, but you got to build yourself up to understand where you're trying to go and what you're trying to accomplish, and don't let anybody stop you from doing that. And that's just like my main thing, because a lot of people get discouraged because of other people trying to block your blessings. And it's like, you got to stay prayed up and you got to stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish. And when you hit roadblocks and stuff like that, learn from those experiences and keep it moving. And, that's really all I can tell somebody.
Right, and you see, for me, and I know, it may sound like, I know a lot of, you've had probably tons of millions of people interview you, and may sound cliche, but, that whole boss bitch movement really, empowered me, and I really appreciate you, once again, taking this time, to do this interview and talk to me, and I cannot wait to try out those cosmetics and look serious as you do, or probably half as serious.
I really appreciate it very much.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see how the rest of that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta unfolds, and it's good. I know it's going to be a good season. So how can people tune in for the people who are not?
Definitely tune in Monday nights, 8 o'clock on VH1. For Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to, see what's going on in everybody's crazy life who's on the show. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm at Rasheeda. It's RASHEEDA. And follow me on Instagram. I'm at Rasheeda, the D-A Boss Chick.
All right. Thank you so much.
And also check out my website. Don't forget, I'mBossy.com, IMBOSSY.com.
Okay. I have a favorite too, so I never forget. I check it almost like every day to be seeing what you're, updating with and keeping up with you, because I feel that you are the future of maintaining respectable women in this industry, because there's just too much that's going on.
Thank you. That is so sweet. I appreciate that so much. I really do. Thank you
so much. I believe in what you do, and that's why I do what I do, because when I saw that, you came up and you are the American dream, that's what every person wishes to have, and you have done it, and now I know that I can do it.
Yes, you can, and just as long as you know it and believe it and you work hard, you'll be able to accomplish everything that the Lord has set for you. You'll definitely be able to accomplish. So just stay focused and don't let nobody knock you back, okay?
I promise that. I mean, if it's coming from you, yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
All right, you have a good day.
Once again, I would like to thank Rasheeda so much for today's interview. For more information about her, check her out on Twitter at twitter.com/Rasheeda. And she has an amazing online boutique, like she mentioned in the interview today. She has t-shirts with lyrics of her songs on there. I mean, everything Rasheeda, you can check it out at I'mBossy.com. And she also has some awesome cosmetics, Poise Cosmetics, which is on there as well. I still cannot believe the sense of euphoria that I have, that the fact that I was able to interview her. She's an icon in her own right, and I have so much, so much respect for her. So once again, thank you so much, Rasheeda, for allowing me to do this interview. I feel so blessed to be able to talk to you. And she is not like what people on the blog sphere, some of them say about her. All this negativity and being a hater, it doesn't get you anywhere. And she will continue to do music, and I will continue to support her, because not only is she amazing, she is an icon in the female rap game. Once again, thank you so much for watching Media Fame TV. You can also follow us on Twitter as well at Media Fame TV. I am your host, Belasian Quita. And remember, it is our world and our rules.